Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm really loving the energy in the room. I like the why someone just mentioned the reason why you joined the section this morning. So I'm thinking that that's the reason why we are all here. And one of the things that have helped me personally, working with people, I've had privilege to work with a lot of people within the country and outside the country. And is one very important thing is character. And um, we are going to get into it. Yes, yes. So this morning I'm going to be switching my camera on. I've been having issue with Fiber One since yesterday. I don't know why. I'm checking the speed now. It's pretty low, and I don't know why. But we just I don't want anything to affect or distract us this one. So I'm gonna be switching on and off the camera. I usually like having my camera on so that you know that you are speaking to human, not just AI. You know, AI can do a lot of things these days. So that I can relate with what I'm going to be walking you through some framework and also some practical way to improve your character and be the best person in the room this morning. And that these are some of the things that have really worked for me. And when Toby reached out to me that I'm going to be taking this section, this today, I just have to pick up and just start asking people within my circle that, what do you think about me in terms of working with me as a work buddy? What do you think about my character? Just to get some feedback to know if I'm the right person to take you know, this section, and I'm happy to tell you that I think based on the feedback I got from few, like 5 people that I reached out to, I think I'm the right person to walk us through this section. And yeah, thank you, Jennifer, once again for the introduction. Jennifer is one exceptional human that I've ever worked with, and I can refer anytime, any day. Our character is top notch in the workplace. Thank you, Jennifer, for that introduction. So my name is Oluwaseyi. I wear a bit of many hats, but this morning I'm just gonna be Oluwaseyi. This morning I'll be Oluwaseyi. So before further ado, let me just get into it right now. Um, Today we are going to be talking about skill without character, and I want you to see it as a mini MBA class because we are going to be playing with a lot of case study. We are going to be having a bit of reflection time. We are going to be doing class activity. We are going to be asking questions. I'm going to be asking you questions. And if you don't answer me, I'll call names. So it's going to be more of interactive section, conversations, kind of storytelling this morning. So it's to be give and take, not just taking. So I'm giving you, you are giving me back. So I want to learn also from your experience. So just know that I'm no peace this morning. Because I've had privilege to work with a lot of skilled people, as in a whole lot of skilled people that are doing greatly in the workplace, but they lack character. You know, whenever anybody reach out to me to ask me that, can I refer XYZ? I say I'm not sure about that because working with them, they are so good in their skills. They are so good, but when it comes to character, which is very important in the workplace, they don't have that trait. So this morning we are going to be it's called character without skill without character. And next 40 or 20 or 35 minutes, I'm going to be walking you through some frameworks and character audits that we are going to be auditing ourselves this morning in that angle. So before we get started properly, I want us to I want to ask you some free questions. Yes, I want you to ask. And I want you to be very honest with these questions that I want to. There are just 3 questions, and I want to be very honest. I want you to just, um, if possible, close your eyes. If possible, just think about one person. Just have a picture of one person in your head that you know that is very technical, gifted, you know, that you know that you've worked with before, the one that could build anything, debug anything, automate anything, that you know that when you call the person, the best way to get the work done. And I want you to ask yourself these 3 important questions after thinking about that person. I just want to give you 1 or 2 seconds to just have a mental picture of that person now. Just have a picture, mental picture of the person in your head. Okay, so now let me ask you the first question about that person. Will you want them on your team again? Think very well before answering this question. I want you to think very well before answering this question. This person is very good when it comes to technical skill. He's very, very good. He's very, very good. He's very, very good when it comes to debug, automate. He can do any most of the things. So would you like to have that person on your team again? Maybe you work with that person on the project. So would you like to have another person on your team again? So number two, will you recommend that person again to someone else? So the last one, that will you trust them with really hard problem? The one with no playbook, no SOP, no guide, no test case. Will you trust that person with a very hard problem? So yes, now. So if your answer is no, I want to see your hands up. If your answer is no, I want to see your hands up. If your answer is no. So if your answer is yes, okay, Jennifer, okay, if your answer is no, Jennifer, cool. So which other person answer is no? Let me see your hand up. Your answer is no. So everybody is yes, yes, yes. So if your answer is yes, let me see. Jennifer, you can bring your hand down. If your answer is yes, let me see your hands up. If your answer is yes, that you have that person in your corner that can do, that you can rely with these three questions. Okay, okay, okay. If your answer is yes. So if your answer is maybe, you're not really sure, you're not sure about that person, you have a mental picture of the person in your head now, but you are not really sure. Let me see your hands up if your answer is maybe. Okay, I'm not seeing people down. That means that you don't really have anybody that you can think of in your head. I want to believe that's true. Am I right?
I don't really get the question.
So the question is I want you to have a mental picture of someone that you've worked with in the past, that is technically gifted, that is a technical person who could build anything, debug anything, automate anything, that can get the work done. So now I want to ask you one question now. Will you, that same person that you have the mental picture in your head, will you want to work with them again? Maybe you work with them on a project. So now, will you want to work with them again? Will you recommend them to someone you care about? Will you trust them with a really hard project, or a project that this project has no playbook, it has no SOP, it has no test case? So just for them to just start from zero. So that's the question. So is it yes or no?
It is no for me.
It is no for you. Oh, cool. So who else is no? Who else is no? I need like 2-3 answers.
I was thinking if the question is centered around if the person has a good character.
No. I'm not centering about character. I'm just centering about the person that
Okay.
has very technical skill, not character or not. I don't want to know now.
No,
So you
if someone
will
has a
design,
great,
you
if someone
will
has
now
a
be the
great,
person. You will now be the person to determine if the person have a good character or not now, by you processing
Okay.
into your head. Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, the main thing is if you can deliver your job awesomely, why not?
Okay, you can deliver your job awesomely.
I think it goes beyond that, because I don't know if I can chip in this quickly, because
please.
Unfortunately, I didn't want to say no before, because the person I'm talking about is me. I am the person that if myself, like 6 years, 7 years ago, I wouldn't want to work with myself again with the current self I am now. Now I'm beginning to see what people were seeing then. So it goes beyond you being able to, people can gang up against you even if they know you know your job, because it has happened to me. And if not for God and for that, my boss, that actually, I think God just sent that man to me to just deliver that word, because we didn't work for so long. But that very word, it was very honest with that word. You can tell when somebody is talking from the place of love. He actually told me that thing that, see, Babatunde, listen, I am actually not happy with you. I mean, you are, so we're not talking about a technical person because I'm not technical, obviously. I mean, well, so I'm just talking about because I used to be a fraud analyst before. So the guy called me like, people are talking, they are not happy, as in they are scared to approach you. So I'll be like, what have I done to listen? So the man just told me that, see, even if you can deliver your job, I can trust you with your job. But what usefulness is it when the people you are supposed to work with say they don't want to work with you, and they rather choose somebody that he knows that you can deliver better than the person? So I don't know. Sorry for cutting you short, but I just felt I should chip in that thing. It goes way beyond you being able to deliver your job, honestly.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for
can I say something?
Yes, go ahead, please, Abigail.
You know that your question was not centered around if you know the person or not. As someone that is very self-aware and self-conscious and reflects a lot.
Yeah.
At that point, you showed me yourself that you can actually do this work very well. So I'm not going to know who you are until I get to work with you. So if I eventually get to work with you and your character doesn't sit well, I know how to give people first grace and second grace. I'm going to throw you out of the door. I am very sorry. I am that brutal.
I like that. So I'm going to share you. I'm going to share a real life story. Like I said, this section is going to be very interactive, and I like the energy in the room already. And I'm going to share. We have four case studies around character in the workplace that we're going to treat along the line. And for now, I'm getting two already, so it's making it more interesting. So I will share a story of Toby. Toby Fagbongwe, the QA mentor, QA tech bro. So when he started with Konga, he usually says a lot. When he started with Konga, he has a skill. He has a skill. He get the work done. Even when people are going home, he's there in the office trying to debug, trying to write test case and whatnot. But he lacks character. So there are a lot of character traits: collaboration, empathy, some other things, taking ownership. But it lacks some of them. So yes, he's getting paid, he's getting more money, but whenever it's come to promotion, they don't promote him. You just promote some other people that collaborate more, that do XYZ more. So one day he said he walk up to the team lead, and I said, what's going on now? I get this thing done, I do XYZ, by now I should be the lead of this team now. So what's going on? So the team leaders are, Toby, yes, when it's come to technical skills, you are here, you are good. But when it's come to team collaboration, you lack it. You lack team collaboration. So that's part of the character traits that we are going to be treating this morning. And I like the feedback I'm getting. I like the case study that Babatunde just mentioned earlier. There's part of this section this one whereby we're going to be doing character audits. We are going to be auditing ourselves, asking ourselves some few questions about our character and how we can treat them and get things done and be a better person. And if you stay to the end of the section, I'll be sharing 30-day sprints of how to improve your character, and which it has worked for me, in a way I've done. I usually reflect a lot and think about ask people hard questions. I'm not scared to have difficult conversation with people. So I try to just ask them that, what do you think about my work with you? Do you think that I get to burn out easily? I just try to engage and see what people think about me and how I can get better as a person. So there's no time again. So, okay, let's go, please. So in the next 40 minutes, I'm going to be, please confirm if you can see my screen, please. Confirm if you can see my screen. I kindly confirm if you can see my screen. It's an emoji. Oh,
yes, we can.
Thank you. So this is the question that we just treat now. And the next one now. So we are going to be having five sections, which is very important to this conversation this morning. So the first section will be why character is the foundation of your career, meaning why character is your career operating system. So the next section will be character audit framework. A simple self-audit we are going to do right now. The next one will be 4-case study from the real world work. So for a 4-case scenario that people that I've engaged with and worked with, and I'm just going to share my experience with them about them. So the next one will be three mindsets that build over time. 3 mindsets that compound over time. 3 mindsets that build over time, and also how to create a culture of empathy on your team. How to build a culture of empathy, how to create a culture of empathy, in your team. And at the end of the section, we're going to be closing with 30 days or sprints. You can kickstart this, this new week that we are in, so that you can maybe do some free reflection about yourself and see what you are. So let's get into the first section, which is why your character is your foundation, why character is your operating system. In tech, we are all obsessed with skills. Yes, that makes sense. And our skills, because skills are measurable, you can classify them, you can satisfy them. You can even list them on LinkedIn these days. If you check some people on LinkedIn, you will see some of the skills they have. Some of, sometimes you get scared that, this person will build XYZ skills, when you see them on LinkedIn, how people just build that space of the world. But here is what people don't know early in their career. Skill can get you hired, yes, but character will determine how far you will go. Character will determine how far you will go, whether people will actually want to work with you, whether people will actually want to build a team around you, whether people will actually want to build a product around you. We've seen people these days building something outside their current work because they have good character. People just call them, come. There's a guy that I work with at a company. Come, let's bring this guy on board because the guy, he knows his onions and also have good character. So these are some of the things character will do for you. Yes, skills will take a place, but character will determine how far you will go, whether people want to work with you or not. I want you to think of character like this. You see the flaws, plain flaw, the AI tools that you use, the other tools that you use to work, your technical proficiency, the soft skills that you have, but all of them resting on something, which is character. Every other thing, all those soft skills, all the skills that you have, all of them, they are doing what they are resting on something which is character. So it would be like a pyramid, but now all the way around is coming like a triangle. So your soft skills down to the bottom line, which is the character trait that we are talking about this morning. That foundation is character, like I said. And when the foundation is cracked, it's cracked, or everything starts sinking. We see some people that I've worked with some people that have great skills, but when they lack character, people don't want to work with them. And they push them away from the company. Stylishly. They know that they know their audience. They know that they can do the right job, but if they lack character, they are going to sink. No matter how many flaws you are on top, no matter how skills that you have on top, if you lack good character, which is your foundation, you are going to sink. Why character matters, now than never. Why character matters now and for the future. AI, there's a lot of things that AI can do. I was having a conversation with the founder yesterday about they are launching a product to the market, and the founder was trying to walk me through some of their numbers they've been doing in the past. They want me to come in to them to consult for them on how to increase their revenue. So, and during that conversation, I sensed something that was missing, which we are going to be talking about in course of our conversation this morning. It's part of the case study. So I won't let the cat out of the box now, but I'm still going to go back. I just want to tell you something, because I found out that we know that AI can already write codes. You know, AI can generate test case. AI can automate entire QA workflow. AI can automate entire workflow. In Ksome now, we built a CRM using AI, as in the workflow of what we do at Ksome Brokerage is on AI. As in our CRM built with AI, the UI, everything is built with AI. You know, things we use initially, this we used to take that take me our engineer a full sprint. You know, AI is already doing it today. You know, the technical baseline stuff, AI is getting it done. The stuff that will make you stand out and that will make you go to places is what we call character. Is what we call character. You know what some of the things that AI cannot do, which we know, is that AI cannot judge context. AI cannot navigate relationship. AI cannot end trust. You cannot when you have maybe a downtime and you need to get some work done, you cannot call AI on phone. You still need some people to just reach out to and get it. That's some of the baseline of character. But one question that I usually ask that AI cannot answer your team. AI cannot answer for your team is that who to call in the middle of the night when everything breaks? Who do you want in the room when there is no clear answer? Even when you try to all your prompts that you have, even when you try everything that you have, who do you get in the room when the call calls shuffle, when things get wrong? AI cannot do that. You know, one other thing again, who do you actually go to war with? The hard project. Now, I was talking earlier about someone that you can call on the phone to get on a hard project with. So you can't get AI on a hard project. So AI cannot, like I said, AI cannot hand to us, AI cannot read the room, AI cannot navigate relationship. You know, those are the human advantage, and they are all built on character. So these are some of the things that come from the place of character if you have the right character. You know, and in the world where AI powered, in the world where AI is powered everything that we do, character is our competitive advantage to everything that we do. You know, it's the one thing that keeps us compounding and that cannot be automated. It's one thing that keeps our mindset shaped. It's one thing that keeps us growing. You know, the question is no longer how can you use the tools? We know that you can use it. We know that everyone can use it too. So the question now is, how can you show up when the tools fails? I don't know if you get that. So the question is no longer, how can you use these AI tools? How can you use these tools to write test case? How can you use these tools to do X, Y, Z? How can you use this to debug, to do some analysis, to do X, Y, Z? We know that you can use it. Everyone can use those tools. But the question now is that how do you show up when the tools fail? That's your main character. That's when character comes in. You know, 2 weeks ago, Cloud AI had a downtime because they were having issue with the United States government, and they have to drop some of their infrastructure. A lot of people were crying. A lot of engineers were saying, they can't do anything because why they so much rely on the use of AI. And especially cloud, because cloud AI is one of the best now in the market. So all of them use it. So now when cloud AI had issue with their infrastructure, they couldn't log into, have access to some of the code that they have, and they were having issues. So now, how do you show up now when the tools fail? How do you show up? I want that to say. So now let's go to the second section, which is the character audit. Character audit. So this is what we are going to be auditing ourselves about. And I want to be very honest about it. These are some of the things that we are going to be, these are some of the important questions we are going to be asking ourselves this morning. And at the point in this conversation this morning, we are going to be, after this section, after this particular audit, we are going to be rating ourselves from 1 to like 5. So let me just walk you through the dimension, and I want you to be very honest, you know, honest with yourself and honest with me. So the first one is reliability. Do people count on you without a second thought? People count on you without a second thought. How do they quietly assign a backup just in case you fail? Did they assign someone, just in case they don't really trust you, but let's just put him on this project? How do they quietly assign a backup just in case you fail? The next one will be on still your reliability. The next one is what's this again? Okay, not it's not fitting for that. Let's move into intellectual honesty. Intellectual honesty. Okay. Do you say I don't know when you don't? Do you say I don't know when you don't? So accountability. When things go wrong, do you own your part? Or you start pushing blame and start saying that it's not me, it's Jennifer, it's Sheyi. Empathy. Do you consider impact before you act or speak? Coachability. Do you treat feedback as a gift or as a threat? I see a lot of people do this one, I see them do that. I've watched brilliant people, smart people shut down their own career because they don't hear critical feedback from people. They take it very defensive. Whenever someone give them any form of feedback, they just be at the defensive way. So are you like that? So the last one is integrity under pressure. Integrity under pressure. So now, pressure doesn't build character, it reveals it. I want you to know that. Pressure did not build any form of character. It will reveal your true character when you're under pressure. So does stress reveal or conceal your value as a person? So now let's go to the proper rating now. Let's go to the proper rating. I want you to rate yourself. So the rating score is here. So 1 is almost ever. 2 is sometimes, but reliable. 3 is more on than off. 4 is constantly without occasionship. Last one will be 5 will be reliable. So now let's start from the first one. So I want you to do that in the chat box now. So anyone that just rate yourself from 1 to 5. So reliability, I constantly meet commitment without reminder. So yeah, let's start rating ourselves now on the chat box. Please rate yourself. First one, you start rating yourself. Okay, just one person. Yeah, let's go. I won't move on. We have like 24 people on this call. Let's go. You're reliable. Cool. Yeah, let's go. I still need more to move on from this first one. I need more to move on. You are reliable. 3, yeah, let's go. Oh, endurance. Wow, 5. Wow, endurance, you're 5. I like that. Okay, let's go. See 4. Yeah, let's go. So let's go to the next one, which is intellectual honesty. I acknowledge gap in my knowledge opening. Yeah, rate yourself on that. How do you acknowledge your gap? Right. Wow. Okay, let's go. Okay. I need more than 3. I'm seeing 3 here. I need 1 more. I need 2 more to go so that we can move to the next one, accountability. Okay. So accountability, I own mistake before I'm asked to. Do you own your mistake before you're asked to? Do you own your mistake before you're asked to? 5. I like that. You are accountable. Okay. If mistakes are mine, I own them. I like that. If mistakes are mine, I own them. Okay. So the next one will be empathy. I consider team impact before I act. Oh, really? Faith. 4. Okay. I'm very pathetic. So 5. Cool. So I need 3 more. 3 more on the empathy. Okay, Joba 4. So I need more to go. I need 2 more. 2 more so that I can move to the next one. Okay, next one. Are you coachable? I actively seek and apply feedback. Do you seek and apply feedback? I seek knowledge in oh Lord because I love my eye. Okay. So the last one, integrity under pressure. My value don't change when stakes are high. When you're under pressure, the value change. The value change. I'm seeing 4. I'm seeing constantly. I'm seeing 4. I'm seeing 4. I'm seeing 4. I'm 4. You need to work on that. Okay, I'm poor under pressure. I might cry. Yes, sometimes 3. So I need more. I need 2 more to go on that so that we can move to let's try and do some plus and minus so that we know what this means. 2 more to go. So I want to believe that I want to believe that we all have the way our way of dealing with pressure. So so I want to see more how you act when it comes to pressure. When it comes to pressure, how do you react to it? Do you fight? Do you take tantrum? Do you throw tantrum rather? Do you do one thing that you might later want to regret? A lot of people do that when it comes to when they are working when they are under pressure. Did the value change? Okay, so let's move on. Let's try and calculate our score and see what this if we have if we have strong if we have audited ourselves very well. So if you do one or two plus and minus between if you fall between 24 to like 30, that means that strong foundation, and that means you focus on consistency and multiply your inputs. So if you are between 15 to 23, that means growth zone. If you are below 10, if you are below 15, that means that you need urgent help, urgent 2K, urgent help. You need urgent help if you are below 15. So I'm seeing people are below more than 15. Yes, you are below more than half. So I can see Abigail is 21. Yeah. 21. Yeah, which makes sense. This makes a lot of sense. Yes. I'm doing plus and minus for Solomon also. It's around 23 or thereabout, which is made a lot of sense. And there's based on my calculation from the board here, nobody is below 15. So most of us here are within the growth zone. We are within the growth zone, which make a lot of sense. Well done, well done, well done. Let's move on to the next section now, which is the case study. So during the case study, we are going to be focusing on 3 different kind of skills. Like I said, I'll be sharing a real world examples with some of the people that I've had privilege to work with. I'm just going to mention their names. I've reached out to them concerning this, and they said, okay, no problem there. I can go ahead and do that. And funny part of it that one of them is on call. I'm saying him here, he's on call. So I'm going to be sharing some of my engagement with them. And during this session, we're going to be doing 4 case studies. The first one will be brilliant bottleneck. Yes, brilliant bottleneck. I call it brilliant bottleneck. The second one will be quiet builder, which is the guy on the call now. He's a quiet builder. The third one will be credit taker. Someone that takes credit, that like taking credits. The fourth one will be accountable failure. So these are some of the things that we're going to be treating this morning. So I'm going to read out the case study now. Tunde is a senior QA, genuinely exceptional. He knows the test suite better than anyone, probably better than the people who built it. If there's an hidden edge, is Tunde will be fine it, but Tunde has one habit. He never documents anything. He holds knowledge like a currency. Deep down, he believes being the only one who knows is what makes him more valuable. So when people ask questions, he answers eventually or on his own time. Here's what nobody tells Tunde. His strategy has a ceiling. So now, I want us to draw some lesson from this thing. So like I said, some of the points I want to take out from this place is that Tunde, number one, Tunde hold knowledge, which is character flaw. Tunde hold knowledge, which is character flaw. It's not a career strategy. We see a lot of people do that in the workplace, whereby they hold knowledge. They don't want to share. They think that without them, nothing can move. You know, even though the management admire him of his output, even though the management know him that he can get the work done, you know, he holds knowledge a lot. So one thing that this habit teaches that Tunde holds knowledge, and that's not a character, that's a character flaw. Number one, Tunde thinks that he is irreplaceable because he knows his onions. He understands, he thinks that he's irreplaceable, you know, and because why? Because he has built his skills on scarcity. And that's not a respect. People will not respect you for doing that. People will not respect you for building your own character based on scarcity, that if I'm not here, people will not get the work done. They will not respect you because of that. So the next one is that technical depth without generosity limits the velocity. Yeah, like I said, Tunde is good. Tunde is good. He's skillful. He knows the onions, but this is one of the things that get him kicked out from the company. So after 2 years, he was working with us. We have to let him go because of this. And because we have a different conversation with him, try to make him understand you need to stop this, you need to stop that. But that thing has become his full habit. He finds it very hard to change. So we just have to let him go. You just have to let him go. So, and like I said, these are real life, you know, real life story. Like I have to engage before sharing this particular story, and say no problem, because he learns the very hard way. Now he's not changing. He's at the new workplace now. He's now changing, trying to become a better person. So now, based on the audit that we recently do, what do you think Tunde lack? Do you think Tunde lack collaboration or empathy? So for me, based on what I have here, Tunde character gap is what is empathy and collaboration. Empathy and collaboration, which I'm going to score in 5 on skills, but I will score in 1 on generosity. So let's go to the next case study. Quiet builder. Yes, Tunde is not open-minded. Yeah, Tunde consider himself indispensable. Yes. And a lot of us do that in the place of work. We think that we can do everything. We are only and down. So let's meet Oluwatobi. He's a mid-level QA analyst. He isn't the fastest. He doesn't dominate meeting, but he writes documentation no one asks him to write. I want you to take note of this, that he writes documentation that no one asks him to write. He onboard new team members. Who cares? With care, rather, sorry. He flagged bugs early with detailed reproduction step. He follow up on his own tickets. 3 years later, he's a team lead, not because he was the loudest, but because he made everyone work with him easily. I think I like Toby. So like I said, these are some of the things he does quietly. He makes sure that he writes documentation nobody told him to write. Meaning that he's building portfolio for himself. And while doing that, is contributing things to the team. You know, he was made to onboard new team member with genuine care. You know, he flagged Bob early with full context and clear step to reproduction. You know, he followed up on our own ticket, on his own ticket, and closed the loop. And see the result. You know, 3 years later, Toby was made the team lead, not because he doesn't have to lobby for it, but he has to build his way down there. So one of the things we can say that Toby is reliable, he has empathy, you know, he's consistent and generous. And these are some of the things that we need to take note in our career. You know, Toby is not the kind of person that wants to hold knowledge. He wants to give. And the more he gives, the more he knows his onions. And Toby character creates a leadership track, you know, that the job post cannot close. When the space to choose the team lead, he was there. He was able to fill that, you know, fill that position. Yeah, Toby no like wahala. He just want to get the work done and build it himself. So let's move on to the next one because of our time. So credit taker. So this one is very funny. This one is very, very funny. The reason I would say it's very funny is that he's on the call. He's on the call this morning. He's on call this morning. So Emeka is a tech lead known for his confidence presentation to senior management. What his team knows and leadership doesn't is that most of his best idea comes from Shadeen, his quiet team member. No, now Emeka is leveraging on this lady called Shadi. Emeka is leveraging on his strength. You know, he presents them at his own without credit. Shadi leaves. Then another junior dev leaves. Within 6 months, Emeka team has collapsed. Why? Because he was taking their own credit. You know, imagine you are in a meeting now. You are in a meeting with the management or the senior executive in the company, and your team lead, you know, is taking your own credit. Maybe Abigail work on a particular bug, and you as Emeka is meant to give credit. Yes, Abigail is one that dictates XYZ bug doing XYZ things, but it's taking your credit. You can only take that for a little time. Some people will like to have that conversation with him, but if it persists like that, they may have to, you know, report to the management or leave the company. But in this case, Shadi have to leave. Yes, Shadi have to leave. And since, like I said, within 6 months, Emeka team collapsed. Emeka team just went down the drain. You know, Emeka is a very nonsense guy. Like I said, he's on the call this morning. Emeka is a very, very nonsense guy. He now is a change guy now. He doesn't take the credit again like before. You know, one of the things that after my engagement with him that I tried to talk to him, because there was a project myself and Emeka worked on, which I was the one that solved that particular issue. And when Emeka was doing his presentation, Emeka was taking my glory. Why? Because I asked him to do the presentation. I was in another meeting that day, but I joined that meeting. I couldn't focus on the meeting where he was presenting. I was in another meeting. Emeka was as in taking my glory. I was on the call. He was telling them that he was going to do XYZ. I had to offer that. Emeka, are you all right? So he was really, you know, it was so bad like that now he's a changed person. Emeka is a very changed guy now. Now he do the right thing. You know, he don't take people's credit again. And the way he now do it in terms of storytelling. When Emeka is presenting now, he just find a way to loop you in and still take your glory one way or the other using storytelling. You know, to do that, which I think I appreciate him in doing that. Emeka, I know that you said I can go ahead and use you as a case study in this section, but I am happy that you have changed. You're a changed person, and I hope you keep it up. But please stop taking our credits. Just own it. Honestly, people are like, yes, I can relate with that. So the last one, because of our time, is accountable failure. So this person is Chidi. So this person have to, you know, even though she said I should not, it said I should not put too much information out about this, but I just have to find a way to summarize this into a case study. You know, she did ship a major update without adequate regression testing. Is a senior tester, is a senior QA analyst. So production goes down for 2 hours. In the post mentioned, instead of deflecting, he walked the room through every decision point where he should have slowed down. He proposed a checklist. He personally reached out to every stakeholder. In 6 months later, Chidi is promoted. His manager says, we trust him after the failure than before it. This is very important. As in, this is very important. You know, the reason why I'm saying is because Chidi is very accountable. He's very accountable. And he takes feedback with not in a very defensive way. Even sometimes he's right, but there's a way he take that feedback and we see the changes in no time. You know, Chidi only mistake fully without no excuse. And Chidi also built trust faster than most people have success. And one of the things that I like about Chidi, and one of the things that has made him grow faster in his career, he now works as a lead QA with one telecom company in Nigeria. And one of the things that he do is that he do so well is that whenever anything goes wrong in the production stage, he tries to own it as a team lead, even if he's not the one that made that mistake during the integration. So he admits it and trying to find a way to treat the mess, and trying to find a way to just treat the mess instead of pushing it out to people. So you just own it and make sure that it gets things sorted out. One thing I want us to reflect on concerning these 3 guys is that who are we in the workplace when it comes to character? Are we the right person to come into the room to get the work done and still have the right character? How do we work under pressure? How do we get things done when things are going wrong? What do we think about failure? You know, in this part of the world, we don't really talk about failure. We try to shy away from failure. You know, and failure is one of the things that build us, that bring out some of our real character. You know, and one of the things that I want us to take away from this section this morning is leadership mindset. So if you check the 4 case study, so the people that fly among the 2 of them have something I call leadership mindset. You know, Toby, that take up things even when you don't ask him to take up the job. Chidi, get things done like an open source, like someone called him that. So please let us have that leadership mindset. Even though you are a junior QA now, even though you are a junior analyst now, even though you are a junior, just have that mindset of leadership mindset. So when you have that mindset of leadership, you'll be able to treat everybody with empathy. You'll be able to collaborate more. You'll be able to take ownership. Because these are the 3 things I want us to take from this section this morning: collaboration, empathy, and ownership. So let's move to the last section. To the 4th section, which is 3 mindsets that compound over time. 3 mindsets that compound over time, that grows over time. Character isn't one trait that you either have or don't. It's a set of habits, a way of thinking that shape every professional interaction you have. Character is not just one, part of the trait that makes you a person, that makes you a good leader, but is a set of habits, the way you think, that shape your professional interaction with people. And here is 3 things that if you build them consistently, we compound into something powerful over time. 3 things that, the first mindset is growth mindset. If you have growth mindset, this will be how you relate to learning. How do you relate to learning? The question is how do you relate to learning? Is your mindset open to learning new things? Earlier we're talking about, yes, we know that you can use the tools, but how do you relate with the tools? So the second mindset will be collaboration. How you relate to others. Now, the first one is growth mindset with how do you relate to learning. So the second one is collaboration, is how do you relate to others. So the last one is ownership, how you relate to work. So the 3 mindset is growth, how you relate to learning. The second one is collaboration, how you relate to others. The third one is ownership, how you relate to your work. So let's dive more into this growth mindset. So like I said, learning is not an event, is a course you finish and tick off. Someone says that learning is a posture you carry into every situation. Isn't just an event. It's not an event. It's not a course that you just finish and tick off the balls. It's a posture that carry into every situation. Yes, what fixed versus growth mindset that we're going to be looking at this morning. Fixed mindset says, I already know how to test this. This is for the QA guy. So you have a fixed mindset that says that I already know how to test this. So growth mindset will say that I can test this better. How can I test this better? That's what growth mindset will say. But a fixed mindset will say that yes, we are going to share the slide after the section. So the growth mindset will say that how can I test this better? How can I test it better? So the fixed mindset will say that AI is replacing my job. Like what people are currently saying now. They are scared that AI will do this, AI will do that, AI will do this. So a growth mindset will say that AI is expanding my work tools. It's expanding my work tools. A fixed mindset will also say that that feedback was unfair. That's very defensive. But a growth mindset will say that what's the 10% that are true? Just to query that, query that feedback that you got from your team lead, that you got from a client, so that you got from your work buddy, that you got from the team that you're working with. It's just for you to sit down and reflect on that particular feedback and see how you can get better. So the fixed mindset also will say that I will learn that later. That's procrastination. So a good mindset will say that what's the cost of not learning it now? What's the cost of not doing it now? For someone that wants to launch a startup, that have that very big idea, they have a very big idea, they have a very big vision. So a growth mindset will say that what's the cost of me starting now? What's the cost of me starting to learn now? But a fixed mindset will just say that, oh, I need resources to start. I need resources I've not gotten the idea right. I'm still doing XYZ in the just to get more information. But a growth mindset will say that, no, what's the cost for me to, what's the cost of not learning this thing now? So a growth mindset builds curiosity in your heart that makes you grow. Growth mindset isn't about being positive. It's at all time. It's about choosing the right question that move you forward instead of statement that keep you stuck. I don't know if I framed that right. So growth mindset isn't about being positive at all time. It's about choosing the right question that move you forward instead of the statement that keep you stuck at all time. If you check this fixed mindset, it's talk about I will learn this later. The feedback was unfair. AI is replacing my job. I already know how to test this. Instead of having, how can I test this better? How AI is already expanding my work tools. What the 10% of this that are true? What the cost of not learning this now? I don't know if you get that. So I want us to these are some of the things that can shift our mindset and have a good mindset in terms of building the right character. That will grow collaboration and empathy and ownership. So let's move on. Let's move on. Fast. What's that? Wow, we are beyond 10. So another one under this section is your network is a product of your character. The network is a product of your character. So and there was a day. So last year, doing one of the tech conference that we usually have in Lagos. So I was having a conversation with Iyi Aboyeje on a particular problem that we are currently trying to solve. We're trying to solve. So he said something similar to this, that Sheyi, do you know what happened? That one of the things that I've seen about you that has played out in time is that I don't know how you do it, but the kind of character that you proceed, because we've worked together in the past, it is built around your circle. And that means that your network is a product of your character. Your network is not built by collecting contacts, but by being someone worth knowing. Now, what are the values you are going to bring to the room? So your network will not just be by you collecting contacts or following people on LinkedIn or trying to connect with people on this webinar. No, but by being someone worth knowing. What will they know you for? They know you for someone that has a very fixed mindset, or someone that has a growth mindset. And so I'll try to break this down in a way that I want us to understand. In tech, almost nothing ship alone. The way you show up in collaboration is your professional brand. The way you show up in collaboration, like I said, is the professional brand, not your LinkedIn headline. It's actually a life experience of working with you, not because you want to get the work done and you know what you want to do. The way you show up in any form of collaboration matters a lot. A core review, a critical code is not a person. Asking questions instead of making declaration could be an issue in an X scenario. So I don't want us to go deep into this because I still have one we have like 15 more minutes to go, and I'm going to share this thing. It's very easy to explain. Let me just go to the last section. Let me go to it because I want to run. I'm getting notification that I'm overusing my time. I'm sorry about that. It's just that I want us to take something very important. Okay. This slide talks about act like a founder of your own career. Yes, act like a founder of your own career. I was saying something earlier that even as a junior QA, even as a junior, any tech space that you are, act like a leader, act like a team lead in that particular space. Because if you act like a team lead, you start doing periodical reflection on all this, trying to ask yourself some questions about your character. Because as a leader, there are some certain character you have to build to be the right leader. So being a founder of your own character, we want to take ownership. You follow up without being chased on each project. You raise problem with proposed solution, not just raise problem and getting everybody trying to wonder how to solve the problem. Because you are a founder of your own career, you're a founder of your own growth. So you treat your team success as your own success. I tell people that if you work with a startup that is just growing, look, take yourself as one of the co-founder of that space. Not because, yes, they are paying you salary, is fine, but just sit in the position of the co-founder or part of the founder of that particular institution. And if you see yourself as that kind of person, you grow fast. Because you raise problem with proposed solution, you treat every team success as your own success. Even if the salespeople are winning, and you are a QA guy, you are part of the winning. Even if the front-end guy are winning, as a QA guy, you are part of the winning. So when you treat your team success as your own success, you are taking ownership. You grow. You care about outcome, not just output. So if you care more about if anyone complete their task, owner cares without it eventually work. So that means that when you care about the outcome of each of the tasks that have been given to you, with that, and you will have right output. No, you have been asked to test a particular production that will be launched into the market in no time, and you before even going to the write the test case, you care more about the outcome because you love what you are doing and you want the best result. So I put down here ownership matrix. So there are different matrix to the ownership. So the first one is STAR, high skill, high ownership. Are you a high skill person? Are you a high ownership person? This is part of character traits. Bottleneck, high skill, low ownership. You have the skill, you have every skill, but you don't have ownership skill. That is character traits. Another one is rising. You have low skill. Maybe you're a junior QA, maybe you're a junior analyst, maybe you're a junior backend developer, maybe you're a junior front-end developer, maybe you're a junior PM, but you have low skill, but high ownership. High ownership. So the only person that has risk in this matrix is someone that has low skills and low ownership. Someone that have very low skills and no ownership. That's the only person that will be kicked out in no time. So you either have low skills and high ownership, or be at the bottom neck, which is high skills and low ownership, which can still be worked on, or be the star of the room, which have the highest skill and high ownership. So the last section, which we are going to be treating this morning, which is building culture of empathy. So which will give you, this will be like a legacy in every team you join. It will be like a legacy in everything you join. So remember, when we started, I was asking some question about, you should think about someone that you've worked with, technical person that you've worked with in the past, that you have worked with in the past. Can you work with that person again? Can you refer that person to work on the art project? Can you do X, Y, Z? This is where you are going to build it. Building a legacy in every team you ever work with. Building a long-time relationship with every team you ever work with. So now we want to build, how do we build a culture of empathy, a culture of empathy. Before we close, I want to clear something up. When I say empathy, I'm not talking about being soft or letting things slide in the name of feeling. No, I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying that. Don't get me wrong. When I say empathy, I'm not saying that. I'm not talking about being soft, being quiet, being, no, I'm not, or letting things slide. No, empathy is simply the ability to understand how your action land on others and act accordingly. So empathy is not softness. It's the ability to model how your action land on other and the act according to it. And these are some of the things that we're going to be talking about now around that, how your action land on other and act accordingly. Notice what other carry. How do you do that? Not everyone announces when they are overworked. Not everyone announces when they are burnt out. Not everyone announces when they feel fatigued, when they are tired. but the habit of checking in, not just checking off how you actually doing this sprint, it's a leadership question. Some of the things that I try to do a lot of times when I'm working on the project and I happen to be the lead of that project, when I know when we are overdoing things. Sometimes me, I work, I'm a jack, people that work with me know that I'm a jackie. You can reach out to me at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., I'm still working. But I try to draw the line. I try to draw the line a lot. So when I'm working with a team of young people or millennial or Gen Z, I try to do something like, I try to check in every time. I build a habit of checking in every week, try to know how they are doing, especially people these days that people think that this is affecting my mental health or whatnot. So I try to check in with them, not to make sure that they are not burnt out, to make sure that they are not overworked, to make sure they are working within the right, with the right work time and how we can build the right sprints and because the only way we can get the right outcome on the right project is by noticing what others carry. Not because you are the team lead, but acting as a leader, by asking the right questions so that I can understand more. The next one about empathy is communicating in their own language, in your team language. If you are explaining a bug to a product manager or a UI designer I don't want to use the technical guy because technical guy will understand how some of the terms that you're going to be using when you are communicating a particular bug to them. But the analyst, the business analyst, the non-technical guy might not understand some of your language. If you are explaining a bug to a PM now, translate it. Don't make it very simplified. Make it very easy for them to understand. That takes both empathy and craft. That makes you that makes you be the right person in the room. Empathy in tech means translating complex for product, business, and non-technical stakeholder, making them understand your language. You are speaking the right language, not speaking big language. So the next one is sponsor. Don't just mentor. Some of us that have people working with us and we are team leads, we are trying to mentor some junior guys in your space. I know that mentor gives advice, but sponsor use their capital to open doors. So because both of these require what I call empathy also. Sponsor give advice a lot of times, but they don't open doors. But when you're a sponsor, you use your influence to open doors for others. And this sort of things requires empathy also. Next one is make psychologically safety your personal commitment. Make psychological safety for your own commitment. In other words, we can say that make it safe, flag problem. Make it safe to flag problem. Create an environment where people can raise issue in an idea, not just code, not just vague language, where your teammates feel safe, saying, I think this direction is wrong. You have a strong team. Try a very strong team. Create an environment where people can flag bug, where people can raise concern, where people can raise can criticize your own idea as a team lead. Don't raise an environment where people are scared of criticizing your idea, where people are scared of raising concern about your character, where people are scared of your reaction whenever things are going southways. So the next one, we normalize saying I was wrong. Yes, normalize it. Yes, I know that you are a team lead. Yes, I know that you are building the right character, but in AI augmented team, fast feedback loop requirement everyone to admit when the direction isn't working right. So in other words, fast moving team need everyone willing to change the course. The leader who model the first give the whole team permission to do something. So if you model the right attitude, if you model the right team, so the rest of the people with you, the rest of the guys with you, we definitely model the same around you. The culture you have built around you in your professional legacy is going to be long time. Long after your code has refactored, long after your job has refactored, long after your idea have refactored, and the tools you master are obsolete. The way you can manage people and make them feel safe while working with you will still be remembered. Because of what? Because of your empathy. Because you have built your something I call empathy around how you work with them, which I think is very important. Which I think a lot of team lead lack when it's come to working with team. The kind of language we communicate, we don't notice what others carry. We act like a mentor, not like a sponsor. We don't create an environment where people can flag bugs in their idea, not just code. We try to own it and think like as if we are a boss, trying to act like Tunde that want to be at the middle of everything that we do. So now to the last one, which is going to be our takeout from this section. Yes, takeout from this section. Like I said, I'm going to give us a workbook for us to work on, which I'm going to be following up with us on the community. So it's going to be 30 days, 30-day character sprint. 30-day character sprint. So the week one will be character audit. I want you to, your action will be to score yourself on your 6th dimension. I want you to share that, share with one trusted colleague or share it on LinkedIn. The way you share your some of the things you learn, some of your achievements, some of your things how you get promoted. You can do that on LinkedIn also, or share with the trusted person in your circle. Score yourself on the 6th dimension and share it with one trusted person. The week 2 will be growth mindset. Pick one skill gap and commit to it in 30 minutes, within 30 minutes to focus on learning every day in the week 2. Every day in the week 2, meaning that you are going to identify one skill gap and commit 30 minutes daily learning, for that week 2. So the third week will be collaboration. Name one collaborator publicly, maybe on LinkedIn or your group chat. Ask one teammate, how can you collaborate with them? How can you make their work easy? Try to build their collaborative skills and do that for the week 3. So the week 4, the week 4 will be ownership. Pick one unfinished skill, unfinished thing, and fully complete it. So I would say that a lot of us that want to write books. A lot of us that say, this year I'm going to write XYZ. This year I'm going to do XYZ. This year I want you to take ownership of it now. Just choose that one unfinished thing that you have said that you want to do, or one unfinished document things, and close it. Then propose a process to prevent this from happening consistently recurring. So then propose a process to stop it, from recurring. So that means that you are going to build a framework whereby this thing will not happen itself again. So it's going to be a recurring habit of you taking ownership of every unfinished document, of every unfinished task that you have been asked to do. So these are some of the things that you are going to do, for the next 3 weeks. Yes, 3 weeks. The week 1, you build your character audit. Week 2, mindset, growth mindset, with 3, collaboration mindset, and with 4, you start building ownership. So so I think, okay, I think I have one other thing again. Okay, this is just a big picture of what is going to happen after you have built this kind of mindset. Here's what character will look like when you zoom out, and because this is what eventually change everything. You know, skill desperate, technology change, and character. You know what? Character compound. So the first year you are learning, character determine whether the senior engineer around you invest time in teaching you, or quietly routine around you, or trying to give an excuse that will stop you from learning. Or the year 3 down the line will be you are now the leader, you are now the growth manager. You are contributing. Our character determine how people will remember your contribution towards a part. For every meeting that you have, for every room that you find yourself, for every meeting that you find yourself, character will determine how people remember your contribution. So after 5 years, you are learning. Our character determine who follows and who build with you. Who follow and who build with you. Who fights when you are not in the, who fight for you when you are not in the room. Who says that this and that when you're not in the room. So 10 years now, you are not an institution. No, now you will now build a legacy around you. Character is now your legacy, and the culture you shape around you. This thing I learned from one of my mentors. They said that this is how people perceive you if they can work with you for the next 10 years. So the first year they work with you, they are learning from you. The second year they will now you're not contributing, not just learning. The third year now you are leading. The fifth year now leading. After 10 years now, you are now an institution whereby character is now a legacy. People will remember you for something, and you build around that. So lastly, our skill gets you in the room, character keep you there, and eventually run it. Thank you for a very interactive session. I'm still here if you have any question. If you have any question for me, I'm right here. Jennifer, are you still there?
Oh, yes, I am, Mr. Shi. Thank you so much for this amazing session.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. At this point, I know we are way past beyond time, and I know many of you would have some questions for Mr. Sheyin. These questions, we're going to take them on the WhatsApp group. All right. So if you're joining from your friend's WhatsApp status, maybe you saw the Zoom link and you just joined in, you can reach out to them to share the WhatsApp group link with you, or the registration link with you, so you can be a full member of the mentorship program. Thank you so much again, Mr. Sheyi, for this amazing session. It was a long one. See, nobody really complained because we are all enjoying the session. So thank you so much, sir. And just like myself, I'm sure everybody has learned a lot. And if you have your notebooks with you, I know it is filled. So you know how we do it. Please take this to LinkedIn, share what you've learned with others. Don't keep, remember now, you know what Mr. Sherry already said. Don't learn everything and keep it to yourself. Now that you've learned something, share it on LinkedIn, okay? And we're going to continue this conversation on the WhatsApp group chat. Lovely to see everyone here, and do have an amazing weekend. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for having me. Bye.
Bye
Thank you
bye.
too.